I know these women love talking about how rough it is out in these dating streets, but us men are going through it too. Y'all check this out.
So I was talking to a friend of mine. This is for men. I was talking to a friend of mine last night, and he was telling me about dates he has gone on. So he met somebody on like Facebook dating like a year ago or something, and he was telling me about her, and she had like a young child, whatever. But anyway, they went out on 2 dates, and then after the second date, they were like texting, and she said, I need to tell you something. And he was like, okay. And she was like, we should probably talk about it. So anyway, they talked. And she was like, I just want to let you know that I'm 10 weeks pregnant.
Hold up. Hey. So hold on a minute. You let this dude take you out on 2 dates. No telling how much he spent on those dates. You've been texting. You've been talking. You guys probably been FaceTiming. And not once did you mention that you're pregnant by a whole nother man?
You raggedy.
They had not slept together. And he's like, well, it's not mine. But anyway, like, isn't that something you should maybe tell someone before you go out? Or why are you on a dating app if you're 10 weeks pregnant? So he was like, yeah, it's a little too much for me. Well, yeah. And then, and I don't think this is cool, he was dating someone else who she was over, and they had gone like, I don't know, they had been seeing each other for, I don't know, a couple months, not a long time. But anyway, she came over and he was in the shower, and when he got out, like his trash can was like all full, and he's like, what happened? And she's like, oh, I threw out all your expired food. And he's like, some of it was fine. She's like, no. Like it was like a day past the expiration date or something. I would never, ever in a million years go over to someone's house, even like my best friend, I wouldn't do that, and just throw out stuff. I was like, no, that's weird. That's very weird.
Yes, that is weird. Very weird. But let's go back to the first girl who was dating this dude while she was pregnant. I have a question for her.
Where they did it?
Where is he? If you're only 10 weeks pregnant and you're trying to find a stepdad for that child and you already have another child at home, you are a horrible decision maker. And this is what pissed me off about a lot of you women. Y'all go out and get pregnant by these dudes and y'all don't put no thought into it. You don't take any type of birth control. You're not taking Plan Bs. You're just out there willy-nilly hoping that things work out. Well, that's not the way life works. And there is a chance that she could have been married to a guy or in a long-term relationship and she got pregnant right before they broke up or got divorced. And if that's the case, you still should be home. Why are you here? Why are you on a date? You got other stuff you need to be worried about. But there's also a good chance that this is just some random dude or a situationship or some dude she was just kicking it with and it went south. And I don't want to hear anything about the man either. Well, the man, he should have wore a condom. He should have been careful too. I ain't trying to hear none of that. That man is not going to be out there in a couple months going on dates with a belly like DMX and Nas. So you can miss me with that argument. So guess what? You made a mistake, so it's time to own that mistake. Don't go out there and try to shove your mistake on some new guy, because what you're looking for is some new guy to come along, sit at the doctor appointments with you, be in the hospital with you, when you should have made sure the father was gonna do that. It just drives me crazy. And the sad part is there's some guy out there who's gonna fall for it. And I hope he got some good friends and family in his life, because if I was his friend, I would look at him like,
You was a dummy.
And it ain't cool that you didn't tell that man soon as you met him. There are a lot of people online, dating coaches and other people, telling these singles not to reveal stuff early. No, that is absolutely wrong. Stuff like I'm pregnant, you need to say that right away. That's not something you just pop up with later on. And to be honest with you, there are some women out there who wouldn't say anything until the baby was showing. This is all crazy to me, but I do want to say something about the second girl too. You don't go into somebody's house and start throwing out their food. What is that? Especially a man. You are welcome to tell me that things are expired, but it's not your job to throw them out. You don't do that. Number one, it ain't your business, okay? You discuss it with him first. But the main reason you don't do that is because men and women are different. Men understand that most expiration dates are just suggestions. You don't go by that. You get in that refrigerator, you look at it, you smell it, sometimes you even taste it. That's how you know if it's still good. You heard what her friend said.
He's like, what happened? And she's like, oh, I threw out all your expired food. And he's like, some of it was fine. She's like, no. Like it was like a day past the expiration date or something.
I don't give a Keisha.
Because that's how we operate. So don't ever do that again, all right?
Hold on. Before you pay, we're actually giving a discount today if you look pretty. Can you do $360 for us? It's still $464. Thank you.
Wow.
Yo, shout out to season.
Homegirl thought she was about to get a discount, and the only thing she got was dizzy from spinning around.
You gonna learn today.
I keep telling you, man, it's all about the woman you choose.
Now I'm like, oh, but I'll tell you the moment that got me, and I'll try not to cry as I say it. I already started eyes went up a little bit. I remember talking to you about bankruptcy, and I said, I'm talking about the options, and you're obviously pissed because, I'm remaining optimistic about how everything could work out. We're taking out money from lines of credit. We're maxing out credit cards. We are literally paying employees as we go into debt. Every payroll run, we're going into debt. The way I remember the conversation ending, at least, because, I got what I needed out of the conversation, and it's not what I was hoping for, really. My goal was just to say, hey, I f***ed up. And you said, Brian, we can move into a 1-bedroom studio with the kids. We're good. We're going to figure this out. And wow, man, you want to talk about motivation. When, I basically just told you that I f***ed up really bad and lost so much, lost basically all our money, literally, into a business you didn't even want to be part of. And you said, hey, we're good. We're going to be all right. Do you know what that did for me? It's time to get the up and figure this out, because she still believes in you somehow. So now it's time for you to go figure this out. But, oh man, you want to talk about strength. That was a real kick in the butt for me of, this isn't about you, Brian. You might be fine, but you got people counting on you, and you got to go figure this out, which looks like we have.
I really felt this video because this is all pretty much a man is asking for. Somebody who is really there for him. I just did a video talking about how these athletes, they go out and marry these women, and as soon as they lose their money, the women are gone. Well, there are women out here like this who are there with you because they love you, because they want to be with you, because they believe in you. And this man was going through it. He was going through it to the point that he was ready to give up. He was ready to just throw in the towel. But his woman, his wife, looked at him and said, I believe in you. No matter what happens, I'm rocking with you. And do you know what happened? She put a battery in his back to go out there and make it happen. That little bit of belief, that little bit of encouragement, that little bit of loyalty is what pushed that man to go out there and do what he had to do. Now, I'm sure that was in him. Whatever he did to get out of that slump and become successful again, I'm sure that was in him. But that to me is the value of having a good wife or a good woman in your life. When no one else is around, when no one else believes in you, she's supposed to be the one who believes in you. But a lot of these women nowadays don't get that. This is why I always talk about finding the right type of woman. You can't just go out here picking women based on their looks. You have to dig deeper, because I know myself and a lot of other men out there, these are the type of women that you want to give your all to. All these women out here want providers and protectors, but they don't want to deal with this. They just want the good side. But I always say, if I had a woman in my life who was there with me through some of the rough times, I would provide, protect, and do whatever I could to make sure that woman was right. And I don't believe I'm alone when I say that. There are a lot of other men out there who feel like that, because those women are gems to us. But I love this video, and I just want to share it with you guys, because I just want to show you guys that there is hope out there. If you're a man out there and you still want a woman in your life, you have to be very careful on how you choose her. You got to leave some of the other stuff alone. It is not only about the looks, it is about so much more. This is why you hear men out there saying, don't worry about those 8, 9s, and 10s. You need to focus on those 5, 6, and 7s. But it made me feel good knowing that these women out there still exist. And I just want to stress this, because there are so many women out there who believe if your woman is pretty, that's going to encourage her man to work harder. If she has a nice body, that's going to encourage her man to work harder. But the fact of the matter is, loyalty is the biggest battery you can put in a man's back for him to want to go ham for you. Y'all can believe it or not, ladies, but that is the truth. But anyway, leave your thoughts on the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.